trying to tell you right now, nigga, this bitch finna be looking like Korea, Thailand, bitch. Bitch gonna be trying to find little riverways, nigga. I'll get them riverways ready, man. All you towns, niggas gonna start moving. Nigga gonna change the geography where they live at. Motherfucker gonna start moving close to rivers and shit, bitch, and where they could canoe. Bitch, I want me a job on the water where I can canoe to that bitch or some shit. Nigga, they ain't trying to be catching no buses, no none of that. I mean, unless niggas just, this either gonna work one or two ways. First of all, I'm gonna keep a jewel to myself. But what I will say is public transportation about to take a boom and just go up all the way up. Y'all might well start running them hours longer, 24/7. If I'm a county administrator or something like that, city manager, bitch, I'm looking to see how can we get our public works. I mean, not our public works, but how can we get our public transportation to run 24/7? Like you know what I always thought was so cool about Miami? The motherfucker, well, particularly New York. They say the town that never sleep, but them bitches got public transportation all night. Why you think like you don't really need a car to live there? You feel me? Now the rent and all the cost of living is ridiculous. The pay is also pretty nice compared to other places, but still, it's ridiculous. But it make it easier if you just a person that say, you know what, I don't need a car. Most cities you need a car. You need a transportation. You feel me? So I think with this gas shit, because let me tell you something, fam. I filled up my tank yesterday, and my tank usually cost like $27 to fill up. $23 on good days. When gas was good less than a year ago, I was paying $24 to fill up my tank. I love my little world. You feel me? Man, I go fucking fill up yesterday. I already knew my cutoff was gonna be $40. I said, wherever 40 get me is what 40 get me. Cause I just can't see myself paying 50 for a car to fill up a car that it ain't a V8. You got me fucked up, dog. So, boom. I don't even know if my shit 6-cylinder. That bit might be 4-cylinder. So it's like, what the hell am I doing? So now, nigga, I get to 40. I look in the thing, that bitch say FU down there, right? We call FU full. So boom. I go take me a trip to Augusta. You feel me? I go to Augusta. Shout out to Augusta, man. Nice little city. Next time I'm gonna take some time, move around, and really explore Augusta. But Augusta dope. See all them South Carolina tags once you get in Augusta. It's a dope little city. So boom. But I go there, right? Take the country rural back road, whatever. Driving efficient speed. You did. Fam, it say the trip to Augusta is like 105 miles or whatever, right? So that's 105 miles there, 105 miles back. That's 210. Nigga, my shit is on a quarter tank right now, bro. Now I'm gonna put this in perspective. Last year, I was driving to Florida, South Florida. You might well call it Miami for a point of reference for people that don't know about like geography. So I'm driving from Middle Georgia to Miami at about $65, $70 at the most. $70 at the most. When I say at the most, because like I was telling you, it used to cost like $23 to fill up my tank. So $70 at the most is what I would spend. Now here I go spend $40, go to Augusta, come back. Nigga, my shit is on a quarter tank, fool. So I'm like, wait a minute. Not only is you putting something in the gas is gonna fuck up my engine in the long run. I think we're gonna have a class action lawsuit against America coming soon, bro. We got a class action lawsuit, bitch. They're gonna have to change emissions and regulations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Nigga looking for a solar power car at this point, nigga. Like, who I'm gonna invest in solar energy. Fuck power transplants and I mean what do they call it? Power plants and shit like that. Fuck all that, man. We look nuclear plants and all that. Hell nah, nigga. Solar energy, nigga. The energy from the sun, nigga. Light from the sun, water from the earth. All this shit we gonna start examining, dog. Everybody gonna become nature conscious and realize, like, shout out to my neighbors. They had got solar panels before niggas was getting it in the hood, and I thought that was dope. And they had a program. It's so funny because they had it on the bill, you know, state bill, SB something. It'd be like SB then a number, right? So they had a state bill, and FPNL were fighting that shit. FPNL were fighting against solar energy companies because they understood that they want to just have a monopoly over your energy. So it's so good when you can go back and forth. It's almost like a hybrid car or flex fuel or some shit like that. It's like, okay, I want to be connected to FPNL. I want to be connected to Georgia Power, but I don't want to have to be dependent upon Georgia Power so they can run a monopoly and decide when they want. They got this commercial. They said we're keeping your rates down. We're gonna keep it guaranteed down for the next 3 years. Okay. So what happened after that third year, bitch? The shit gonna jump through the roof. Especially now, it might jump earlier and fluctuating little things and stuff like that. Or sometimes they got this little program. We talking about energy right now. Sometimes they got something where, like, I met this older white lady. She was telling me her bill $300 no matter what. I say, so what effect does that do on your neighbor? If you run up a $500 tab and they charge you $300, they gonna collect that from somewhere. They collect that on the neighbor that didn't want to get down. The neighbor that said, nah, man, I'm good. I pay what I use each month. So now all of a sudden you ain't use shit. You done cut the lights off. You know me. I grew up like that. Mama, every room you go, mama following you around. Cut that light off in that room. You ain't in there. I live like that. I've been living like that my whole life. So boom, I'm not using no. Right now, look at me. Come barbecuing. Well, I would show that, but I'm barbecuing right now. I'm on my side. So I ain't using no energy. I'm from the earth. You feel me? Everything like right now, I'm cooking with like chopped wood that I chop myself, branches and shit like that. You did. So my point is though, I took this truck yesterday. I realized that they putting shit in our fuel. They passed this thing. Now, mind you, I used to be an environmental technician, so I know about ethanol. I know about corn, whatever they call it, corn, whatever, corn fuel. I used to clean them tanks. Ethanol is actually clean. It's clean as fuck because it's made from corn. You did like it ain't like I used to clean bunker oil tanks. They call it six oil. You feel me? That bitch leave a lot of sludge. That's what power ships. Ships run off of straight up oil. They don't like see when you digging for oil and shit. Anybody don't know about that industry or whatever? First thing that come out the ground is fuel. I know you thinking what's fuel? You thinking gas is a fuel, but that's refined oil. After you refine it, first thing that come out is diesel, red diesel, green diesel, etc. You feel me? So having said that, knowing about this industry, seeing how they've been monopolizing shit, seeing how they've been manipulating prices, it's really frustrating because if you remember during coronavirus, COVID, whatever, they said, "Oh well, we got too much oil in it." What do you mean too much oil? How could you have too much oil? You're right, right. Shout out for the Lord. Like, how can we have too much oil and we the most oil dependent in the country in the world? And the world is dependent upon oil every damn day. Not to mention, 90% of our oil made in America, we got down, we ship it out, we export it. So remember you heard fracking, baby, frack, drill, baby, drill, baby, drill. They had this big thing for all y'all that don't follow politics. With they was going through native land, Native Americans' land. They was taking their land just so they could build a pipeline. Shout out to them boys in Kentucky with the pipeline, them pipeline boys in Kentucky. Shout out them boys, the good fellas. Anyway, anybody know about pipelines and shit? That's big money. Them unions and shit, big $1 billion, $1 trillion money, right? So pipelines I can go on and on, like, cause it just make me scatterbrain and talk about so much shit. When we talk about EOC and regulations and stuff like that, dog, you know how many pipelines be bursting right up under us? I used to clean that shit up. Exxon Valdez, when they had that little Katrina shit, my company did the Katrina shit. You feel me? Like niggas was getting mad backs off that Katrina shit because nigga, you was getting per diems for being there. The hotel was paid for, the food was free. You get a allotment on how much money. Anyway, let me stay on point. Point that I'm making is dog, nigga done cleaned up all that shit. And it's things that we just can't, like as humans, we can't fix. So for instance, like let's just say an oil spill happens. You'll put what you call a containment boom, right? And the containment boom got what you call a skirt. It's a skirt that goes 6 inches down, right? You could just call it a foot, 12 inches, but it's really 6 inches. But let's just say you get a 12-inch skirt. Oil floats. Oil is lighter than water, so oil floats to the top. But it be in these big ass things with blobs and shit. And it's fucking up. It's sucking up the oxygen out the water, killing like local fucking marine life and shit, right? So your job is to contain it. So you'll put these booms out that floats like a floating boom, and then they got these skirts that'll contain the oil. Once it floats to the top, I gotta start checking on my chicken and my ribs and shit like that. Let me show y'all how I'm living right now, real quick. Anyway, real quick, just real quick, talk. Let that baby up. That bitch smoking right. That bitch looking right too. God damn, that smoke all in the nigga face. Yeah. Anyway, and I like me. I don't cook with no charcoal. You feel me? Ain't no charcoal. I don't use no shit like that, nigga. Like I'm cooking with branches and chopped wood that I chop when I be cutting down trees and shit. This my ribs right here, and I cook on a low smoke. I don't like to like have a wild ass fire going on through the roof and shit like that. You feel me? So I can actually flip my shit by hand and touch it a little bit. So this is my pork loin right here, my pork loin, hot dogs and then chicken. Anyway, just from the earth, dog. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like I ain't using no this shit is smoking out the nigga face. God damn. Let me close this bitch and let that whole cook. The hot dog actually ready. But anyway, oh shit, that shit got my eyes watery already, dog. Anyway, fam, that's where we at though, bro. They adding so much stuff to our fuel, and they just finessing us, dog. They working us, dog. One person that ain't losing doing all this shit is the oil companies. If everybody gotta lose, then we all gotta lose. We all gotta lose. That means y'all gotta lose y'all profit this year. If you gotta take a loss, take a loss. Think about it, bro. Think about companies, and we're gonna reevaluate how we look at companies. If the whole time as a company you've been making billions and billions every year, you mean to tell me you can't take 1 year when you lose a billion? You operated at a loss for 1 year when you operated at a profit for 20 years? If I don't give a fuck if it's 3 bad years consecutive. If you're a company and you take 3 consecutive bad years at a loss and you can't stand that after you had 20 years of profit, you're a horrible company. The fuck did you do with the money? What you do with the profit? Think about it. Like I liken it the same way I would liken it to a person. If you're a human being and you don't had 10 straight months, 9 straight months of gain, profit, you can't take 3 months at a loss? The fuck you been doing with the money? Living check to check? So, I think in the future, I would like to see America not do no bailouts for nothing. Any company that failed deserve to fail. Bad management. They ain't bailing out shit. Bitch, we never get bailed out as the people. We never get bailed out. We got no say so on where our money goes at, how it's allocated. None of that shit. We should have. I've said it again, and I'm gonna say it again, and again and again. We should vote every month. 12 months out of the year, we need to be having major votes at the end of every month. The first day of the fourth week of each month need to be a national vote referendum on whatever the hell the money finna be spun on. That's how we need to be living. Let me talk about some local shit. I want to keep my nose out of it. I was actually gonna make a funny video. Let's talk about Burt Jones versus Rick Jackson, right? This is like a microcosm of the country in itself, right? I usually don't get into state politics, especially like Georgia state politics, but I feel like I can speak on this shit now. These is two clowns that you can't win with, bro. It's a loss regardless, dog. It's a loss. It's almost like this last presidential election. You would think that after we seen what just happened between back to back horrible presidents, that we would say on a state level, in every state, okay, we got to do better. But nah, this shit gonna take a while to correct itself before they start giving us viable candidates to vote for. This guy Rick Jackson he's a chameleon, dog. Like I ain't gonna stunt. He talked on my heartstrings at first. You feel me? Like low key, I wanted to make a funny video, but it was gonna be really kind of supporting in it. Low key without an endorsement endorsing him. But he's a clown, dog. Like I don't wanna hear about you being in no foster care. Nigga, prove it, jit. Prove it, jit. Like I don't get me wrong. It's white people that had like little hard lies that we never really acknowledge and shit. But you not one. And if you was one, you been rich so long, you don't know shit about the struggle. And even if you was one, you one of them white folks that was poor and racist at the same time. See, most racist white folks, not most, that's unfair to say that, but a lot of racist white folks in history have been poor. They've been ignorant and poor. They don't never look at their own white people as the reason they poor. They just say the niggas the problem, the Mexicans and everybody else is the problem, other than the people that's running this country since this inception. So That's what Rick Jackson strikes me as, that kind of white man, where he's a chameleon. He'll say anything to pander to what the crowd wants. Now, Burt Jones, the fact that he got a Trump endorsement, I don't know too much about him, but that's all I need to know. And what I need to know even more was the sad state of affairs when you look at how unpopular Trump presidency is, and you look at the fact these guys is running the campaign based on saying, "Hey, no, I'm Trump favorite. No, I'm Trump favorite. No, I'm gonna be more like Trump. I'm gonna be more like Trump." What? You niggas ain't looking at the direction of the country? Please tell me it's a third candidate, dog. Like, I'm fucking. This gonna be. I'm first time participating in Georgia elections because I look at myself legit living here. At this point, this year is my first real year of legit making a living and gonna live in Georgia, and I'm participating from now on in Georgia elections. I will not be voting for Rick Jackson. I will not be voting for Burt Jones. A vote for them is a vote for a baby Trump, a motherfucker that's gonna give your whole state away, make themselves rich, and just lie, lie, lie. And then as soon as they get in that bitch, what can you do? The motherfucker even say, Jackson even say in his shit, he say, "Hey, if you don't like the one I'm president, I won't run again." Of course you ain't gonna run again, nigga. You got 4 years to loot the goddamn treasury. That's like saying, "Bitch, let the fox in the hen house and he won't eat again." The bitch gonna be so full, he gonna be a fat cat. You let the fox in the hen house if you want to. The motherfucker might, he said, "I won't eat the next week." Of course, nigga, you gonna be stuffed. Bitch finna raw Georgia blind, dog. And not finna do nothing for the constituents of the damn place, bro. Like, it's one thing to try to run on that same shit. Like, he had some cute little shit. I call it cute. Where he said, "You try that when I'm governor and you'll be departed or deported." He try to be funny with the shit. Okay, that was kind of cute, but now he's putting the pedal to the metal now, where he's saying, "When I'm president, this ain't Minnesota. You're gonna see he's trying to do that pandering shit." I respect law enforcement. If Trump respected law enforcement, he would have been made some of the damn bills where you motherfuckers get paid more money and this, that, and this. He ain't did none of that shit. He created another agency that it probably took from local departments where motherfuckers, like, if I'm working at Joe Schmo department as a law enforcement officer and I'm getting $30,000 and I see, oh bitch, this ice shit blowing up where I can get 50K and be in less danger than it is in my local municipality. He took from law enforcement. If you look at it, bitch, I'm finna go join this shit. Well, I'm gonna be Joe Schmo in some redneck town. Ain't making shit. When I could just go join ICE and get 50 bands and run around fucking hitting Mexicans in the head. Fuck is you talking about? It's so I say that to say, and then it goes more into just being law enforcement. First thing you is as a person, before you black, before you white, before you civilian, before you law enforcement. First thing you is an American. That's your loyalty. Your loyalty belongs first to your country, nigga. Not nothing else. Not to the blue, not to the black, not to the white, not even to the money, but to the red, white, and the blue. Motherfuckers died on this shit. Black, white, everything. Everybody died on this shit. And I was just saying to myself as I was driving through the country yesterday. I'm riding, and you get a lot of thinking when you're driving through rural America. And I'm looking at all these farms and shit. Looking at all these tractors. Looking at self-sufficient people that live off the land. And I'm saying to myself, who's gonna do it in the future if it's not taught? Like, you can't teach this shit in class. You gotta teach. It's OJT. You literally gotta be in the fields, tilling the fields, working with the tractor break down. Hey, this is what's wrong with it, son. Hey, this is how many hours it take into a day to till this. This how long this crop take to produce. This how much acreage it take to feed such and such. These are all the mathematics that come into survival and farming into agriculture. Agriculture which feeds all of us, even though we see it in the grocery store. It take a strong man, strong human to milk a cow, slaughter the cow, develop the relationship with the cow, develop the relationship with the chicken, go take the chicken eggs and cook the bitch. Like, I can't imagine fucking going to get a chicken eggs and then cook the bitch. I could get it out the stove. I couldn't imagine being cool with a pig, seeing how cool the pig is, and then I'm gonna slaughter. I love bacon. I don't want to be cool with nothing I'm finna eat. I know some country black folks, man, they raised the raccoon for a whole year. And then Thanksgiving came around, they cooked that bitch. I said, how could you? You done got to know that bitch for a whole year, dog. That's not cool. But it's life. And so who's gonna teach this new generation the hard work that it takes to keep us surviving, dog? And you get these thoughts and you say, man, this world is changing drastically, rapidly, and it's becoming full of lazy people that take shortcuts. And if we keep selling this country out, one thing about it, I don't believe in that artificial intelligence gonna take over. Bitch, artificial intelligence can't do what men can do. It ain't gonna never be us. Men created artificial intelligence. That's some bullshit. Propaganda. It's never gonna take over. You can use it in certain aspects, but tilling the land and this and that, it take a human to put that shit together. Ain't no robot finna come build this irrigation system and put this bitch into play. Ain't no robot finna get in the skid steer and fucking get all this shit land leveled and graded for you to start producing it and do the it could do the mathematics for you, but is robots ain't never gonna produce human production, dog. So we just gotta get this shit together and say, man, we got people that's taken from us, dog. We can't be voting in incumbents who serve only corporations. Corporations are not human beings, but it's ran by human beings, and corporations get to add to donations. And that's, I've been saying it, I say it again, dog. Boston versus First Bank United was the first American case where the state or city municipality challenged corporations interfering into elections, basically legal bribery. So when you got this lobbyist, that's legal bribery. Why can't I get a lobbyist? Why can't civilians get a lobbyist? If I catch a case, why can't I have someone lobby on my behalf to pay the local police athletic league to leave me the fuck? Why can't I make sure, oh, the judge, oh, she need what? Her transmission just blew? I can get that fixed. Shit, it's the same thing corporations doing in elections. I can help that. I could do a friendly donation. Fuck. If that's the land we live in, let's just call it and just unveil this bitch and let's just do that. But let's not play like this shit is equal across the board, bro. We live in a country that need a lot of self-correcting. And I think what we gonna see with this oil crisis, and then I'm gonna get to the end of this. I did the genesis of this, I did the alpha part, and let's get to the omega. The omega is very simple. This oil crisis is gonna be worse than this COVID. COVID made everybody get on one accord and say, man, what the fuck going on with the government? But this oil crisis is gonna make us say, what the fuck is all this drilling here locally for gonna do? If you bitches just shipping the oil out of our country and sending it overseas, why you tearing up our damn foundation? And I ain't even tell y'all about all the oil spills that happen without ever making the news. It happens right underground. It contaminates the oil. This is why environmental companies got chemists and biologists and shit. They come test the soil. They call it hot soil. If the soil is contaminated, they call it hot. And then they'll take dirt samples and they'll test the shit. Bro, all this radiation, all these chemical exposures, all these data centers and shit, all this shit that they doing to pollute the earth and fuck us up, put us in a bad position. It's like we gotta get better in life, dog. And look, as I'm talking this shit, some white folks I ain't never seen. Is that a nigga driving? They might be watching the cast. Is y'all watching? Go ahead and wave your hand if you is, bitch. Look like a Mexican driving. That's even more funny. And so, goddamn me, yeah, we just got to get this shit together, man. We got to do better and be better as human beings, cause like, and hold each other accountable. I'm talking about as a majority, because our leadership is failing us, bro. I don't give a fuck about your party. You wanna join something? Be independent. Vote independent for now. I don't want to vote for no Democrat. I don't want to vote for no Republican. They all corrupted. I'm only voting independent. You feel me? I don't give a fuck if they win the race or not. It's to be symbolic until it start getting real traction. Till they realize this two-party system been failing us, dog. Think about it. I said this too in the pod, and I promise you I'm gonna end this shit in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I said in the past, dog, the first president of the United States, George Washington, he wasn't a Democrat. He wasn't a Republican. The first 5 presidents, if I'm not mistaken, was in none of them parties. So how in the fuck is we stuck with Democrats and Republicans? If we didn't even start off with this shit, you gotta ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. So this two-party system, and I've been saying this shit. It's funny that all the little intellectuals want to start mimicking what I've been saying. And you can go back and look at my old Instagram. They call this shit a paragon. Paragon, look at this shit. I'm focused on these two fingers. I hate that my thumb is in the way. But look how these two fingers meet at the top. And they so divided at the bottom. I was posting this shit 8 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was getting my shit blackballed and couldn't even get my word out. Now all of a sudden, the talking points, the talking heads, the white guys, the conservatives who mad at Trump, and the liberals who mad that they whatever, fucking all of a sudden people mimicking what I was saying 7, 8 years ago. Y'all heard about that artist David? I ain't gonna. I'll talk about that on another screen. I don't really want to speak on him because I'm talking about social issues right now. But I heard about him. He a child molester. But anyway, yeah, man. Anyway, I'm finna get back to this grill, and we'll talk about. We're not gonna talk about no social issues next. We're gonna talk about some entertainment on the next screen. I just want to let y'all know, no matter what country you in, vote independent. Don't vote the two primary systems, because Jamaica got the Labour Party, and then they got the JP, whatever, and every goddamn country got a two dominant party system, and all they do is play this shit right here. The bottom half act so divided while they connected at the top, running the country in sequence. Like you ain't seen. You tell me, as far as Americans is concerned, when the last time the Republicans won the presidency 3 straight times? When the last time the Democrats won the presidency 3 straight times? You can't. This is agreed upon, bitch. You want to talk about a rigged election, bitch? Every election rigged. That only them two motherfuckers can win. Ralph Nader and the rest of them. Anyway, everybody that fucked up and threw a spade into the mix of shit. They had to. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to get too deep. Love, I don't want to get too deep. I want to focus on my food. Y'all take care, love. Go ahead and give us a like if you enjoyed or got